Ladies and gentlemen, William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, is a very bitter man. And William Ruto is angry with Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga is trying to thwart his attempts to kick out the 4 rebel IEBC commissioners from office. Yesterday, the National Assembly, a committee of parliament, started hearing a petition which is seeking to remove the 4 IEBC commissioners from office. And Raila Odinga later on addressed the press over the same attempt to remove the 4 commissioners. And today, William Ruto bitterly responded to Raila Odinga. Let me just get for you the statement by William Samoei Arap Ruto so that you can understand the bitterness in William Ruto's tweet. This is what William Ruto updated. The lords of impunity who destroyed oversight institutions using the handshake fraud should allow parliament to hold rogue officials who put the nation in danger by subverting the democratic will of the people to be held to account. New order is rule of law, not wishes of the big men. If you paid very close attention to this particular tweet, then you wonder whether William Ruto is a sitting president of the Republic of Kenya, or whether Ruto is a blogger, or whether Ruto is just a rogue Kenyan. Because the tone of this message, and I was talking to some people and I asked them, what do you think would come to the mind of, let's say, the president of the United States of America just going through William Ruto's tweet, or just a serious individual going through, who is not a Kenyan, going through the tweet, this particular tweet, belonging to the president of the Republic of Kenya? What do you think would come to their mind? The tone of this tweet, in my view, is actually authored by none other than a gentleman called Eric Ngeno and Dennis Itumbi, because they are still in the campaign mode. They are suggesting in this tweet that the lord of impunity who destroyed oversight institutions using the handshake fraud, so basically William Ruto is still living in the era of the handshake, should allow parliament to hold rogue officials. How can parliament hold rogue officials? How do you make judgment that the officials are rogue when the parliament is actually supposed to investigate? So in this video, I want to try and explain to you guys in very simple terms why William Ruto is very bitter and is also very angry at the same time. Before we do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second only or two, press that button, that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you so that you don't miss out. And I know there are so many people who are already subscribed. Please, for this particular video, I just want you to press that thumbs up button. Now, let us get back to the main issue. For those who've been following this channel for a long time, I've always maintained, even before the elections, that Wafula Chebukati was working for one man, William Samoei Arap Ruto. Indeed, when the results were announced, the IEBC commission was split. 4 commissioners decided not to associate with the results which were issued by Wafula Chebukati. And indeed, the Supreme Court also made their rulings. And in their ruling, they warned IEBC, and they made the ruling very clear that IEBC is actually a commission. But because the Supreme Court was also captured, they decided to side with William Ruto and Wafula Chebukati, with a rider that next time the chairman alone cannot make the decision. So someone took the commissioners before parliament. And I listened very closely to the presentation by Junet Mohamed. And Junet Mohamed was very clear that a cabinet minister reached out to these 4 commissioners with a view of resigning so that they can benefit. Remember, you cannot easily just remove IEBC commissioners. That's why Raila and Uhuru could not remove Wafula Chebukati. They could not remove Boya Muilu, and they could also not remove Guliye Abdi. As things stand today, if the 4 commissioners will be left, it means by January, the other 3 commissioners, their terms are coming to an end. And that's where the problem is. So why do you think William Ruto is very angry with Raila Odinga over these IEBC commissioners? Number one is that William Ruto and Wafula Chebukati, because Wafula Chebukati is actually a hero to William Ruto, a man who presided over, consistently has presided over fake election, is a hero to Ruto. Wafula Chebukati is supposed to hand over. If by January he will not be in office, then he will be forced to hand over to the deputy. Juliana Cherera will then be in charge of IEBC as the chairperson, while a new commission will be appointed and a chairman appointed. That process is supposed to take long, but you see, William Ruto, in his own wisdom, decided to kickstart that process even before Wafula Chebukati resigned, because he didn't want. William Ruto cannot imagine Juliana Cherera and the group taking charge of IEBC. So they are keen on ensuring that before Wafula Chebukati leaves office, which will be in January, they want Cherera and the 4 commissioners to also leave, so that we are not going to have IEBC, because the courts ruled that IEBC is actually the commission. They've even changed. They're even trying to change the rules for recruitment of IEBC commissioners. So William Ruto is just keen on ensuring that by the time Wafula Chebukati is leaving office, then he cannot hand over to Cherera. And of course, the law is also very clear that the commission must exist, because commissioners are the IEBC. So if you remove the 4 commissioners, then you remain with 3 whose terms are expiring. Then it simply means you can decide to extend the term in office. So that is my second point. William Ruto is keen on extending the term of Wafula Chebukati and the group in office. The truth is, in January, Wafula Chebukati's term is coming to an end. He should actually resign, take a leave. By right now, Wafula Chebukati should have taken a leave. He should not be in office. Wafula Chebukati is still in office because William Ruto is piling a lot of pressure on him. So they want a situation where a crisis is going to be occasioned. The 4 commissioners are out, then the 3 commissioners cannot be out. Someone will go, Parliament maybe extend their term. So William Ruto or Raila Odinga is actually thwarting all these schemes to extend the term of Wafula Chebukati in office. Previously, William Ruto had planned to reward Wafula Chebukati through the wife, who was supposed to be appointed to the PS. Did not happen. Then Wafula Chebukati will then be appointed to a judge. That is the plan. Someone wants Wafula Chebukati to be appointed to High Court judge in the Republic of Kenya. When those judge vacancies will arise, Wafula Chebukati is going to apply, and he'll be given that job. So that's number 2. Number 3, William Ruto is also looking for legitimacy. Legitimacy means that he must stick with the fact that the 4 commissioners were wrong, and that the only commissioners who were right were the 3. Because as long as the 4 commissioners are in office and they didn't believe in William Ruto's win, it means that William Ruto never won the elections. It means Wafula Chebukati worked for Ruto, and that's something which Ruto would not want to hear. He would not want to listen to. So for me, I think William Ruto strategically, he wants legitimacy. Someone petitions these commissioners in Parliament. Then from Parliament, once their petition and the hearing is done, then they'll recommend their removal. That's the procedure. Once that recommendation is made, then the president will then form a tribunal. A tribunal formed by President William Ruto based on this tweet. Do you think it can give Cherera and the group justice? I'm just asking you guys. Assuming today William Ruto appoints a commission to inquire and investigate about the conduct and behavior of Cherera, based on this particular tweet, do you think that commissioner can give justice to Cherera? It can't. It can't. So he wants to remove them so that once the tribunal recommends their removal, then they leave office dirty. That their behavior were against the law, and therefore William Ruto would be vindicated and will have that legitimacy. William Ruto will not have the legitimacy as long as the 4 commissioners are still in this election. And remember, these 4 commissioners will actually preside in the next election. William Ruto would not want a situation where he goes with the 4 commissioners in the next election, which takes me to my 4th point. William Ruto is actually keen on 2027 general election. If William Ruto could influence the 3 commissioners, he could influence how IEBC awarded the tenders to that fake company. If William Ruto could award tenders of printing, and the printing firms could print a different version of form when he was an outsider, what do you think will happen when William Ruto becomes the president? I mean, when William Ruto is now the president. Basically, William Ruto wants to go into the next election with the judiciary in his pocket, with the church in his pocket, IEBC in his pocket, and almost every other thing in his pocket. So that the 2027 election is just going to be a formality. IEBC will procure voting materials. From those voting materials, voting will be done, conducted in the systems, so that you go and vote. It will be a formality. It will be shown how William Ruto is winning with a very good percentage, even if you won't vote. So that's what Ruto wants. That can only happen if he has friendly commissioners. The battle blood between Ruto and the Cherera group cannot allow them to work harmoniously in 2027. And lastly, it's about the 2022 secrets. The moment Wafula Chebukati will be out of office and Cherera will take over in interim capacity, the truth is these people will be able to know what really transpired. The people who awarded the tenders, how those tenders were awarded, all those details. William Ruto would not want a situation where the 4 rebel commissioners are accessing these secrets. Once they access the secrets, they can go public, and William Ruto can do nothing. And this is what Ruto is actually avoiding. I don't know what you think. That's my take. In case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.